Being a fan of video games and also of video game collector editions, I always find it interesting when the collector editions don't include a copy of the game. We have seen this quite a bit. If you saw my video that I did a couple weeks ago when I picked up the Mass Effect Collector Edition, it didn't have the game. It had a steelbook. Obviously, it had the helmet, which is the real reason I bought it, and a bunch of other stuff. No game. We've seen this from other companies as well, although it doesn't seem to happen as frequently. I remember State of Decay 2 for the Xbox had a really nice collector edition, which did not include a game. Battlefield, years and years ago, I believe it was Battlefield 1, had a collector edition that did not include the game. Here we are again, back to that again. This just listed on the Best Buy website. This is from DPI Incorporated. And this is called the Far Cry 6 Fangs for Hire Collection. And it includes some stuff, but you will see it does not include the game. Now, Far Cry does have its own collector edition, which does include the game and a replica flamethrower. I did a video on that when it came out. I'll post a link in the description box below. While you're down there looking at that link, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. That particular video that came out a long time ago because Far Cry was announced, remember, a long time ago, and then it was postponed and so now it's finally on its way out. But for some reason, we're gonna have another collector edition for the game. So if you don't like the official quote-unquote one that comes from Ubisoft, which includes the gold edition of the game with all the DLC and season pass, all that wonderful stuff, flamethrower, and a bunch of other things, you may want to instead pick up this, which prominently features Chorizo. I don't know much about Chorizo. Apparently he or she, I assume it's a boy based on the name, will play a prominent role in the game, probably as, just as the name implies, a summon or a creature that will help you on your adventure. Very similar to Cheeseburger in Far Cry 5 or any of the other eccentric characters you will meet that help you take down Joseph Seed and the family. Far Cry 6 looks to continue with that trend. Of course, now we are looking at Chorizo, who appears to be a dog who does not have the use of his back legs and instead is using a little doggy wheelchair, which, as a former pet owner but a lifelong doggy daddy, breaks my heart to see, although it is cute and sad simultaneously. Clearly, they're not looking for sympathy here. This is meant to be a joke because obviously not only does the dog have the wheelchair, but he has a utility belt with looks like things to repair. Looks like he's got a little wrench there, some electrical tape. I'm not really sure what. But if you're interested, this is the prominent piece here. This is the Chorizo statue. It also is going to come with some prints, which look to highlight some of the other hirelings you can expect to see in the game. There are also some postcards here, an enamel pin, a mini metal license plate that's got Chorizo's name on it, some embroidery patches featuring Far Cry 6 and I assume some of the factions in the game, a dog bandana and a dog tag, assuming you have a real-life furry friend who you can rock out in Far Cry garb, and it all comes in a box. And lastly, there is a wall tapestry here. I don't see specifications on any of this. Based on the size of the box and based on the collector edition, it would definitely be under a foot in size. But I feel like it would probably look pretty good with some of the other things that you have on your shelf. If you are like me and you are a big collector of Far Cry stuff, or just a collector of just video game stuff in general, I think this would look fine next to your other stuff. And I will say, it doesn't look like a bad statue. Doesn't have the Far Cry 6 logo on it. The base is nice and big. The dog looks sort of detailed. It's kind of hard to tell. This is a low quality, kind of grainy photo, but hey, if you are a ultra fan of Far Cry 6, and if you are an ultra fan of this particular fellow, Chorizo, do yourself a favor and pick this up. Or you could always splurge and get the full-blown collector edition, the monster one that does include the flamethrower replica. Or you get both. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the monetization of Far Cry 6 as it continues. Let me know your thoughts on Chorizo. I think he's a cutie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.